It's a beautiful day here in Dallas-Fort Worth.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Cruiseman's Garage. Today we're taking a look at this brand new helmet. It's a modular helmet from Sena. The Specter is their new top-of-the-line modular helmet. Let's check it out and see what it has to offer. Unboxing the Specter is pretty much like any other Sena helmet. They all come in a little carrying bag that you can use if you're traveling or if you just don't want the helmet to get scratched up. This is a good time to let you know that Sena is not sponsoring this video. They didn't pay me to make the video, but they did give me the Specter helmet to test and review, and I am a Sena affiliate, so if you choose to buy a Sena helmet, you can use the link in the description of this video, and that does help out the channel. In addition to describing all the features of this Specter helmet, I'm also going to be comparing it to the Outrush 2, which is kind of the little brother of the Specter. It's their less expensive modular helmet, and I want to know, what is there about this Specter that's worth the additional money? One feature I do love about this helmet is the quick release buckle. Makes it much easier to put the helmet on and off, and it has a handy little red tag that you can pull on to help release the buckle. Stuffed inside the helmet you find a couple of the microphone muffs as well as a USB cable and a small instruction manual, not too detailed. Pulling up on the red button will release the modular front portion of the helmet so that it and the face shields all flip up. You'll see the little microphone there. This little chin curtain helps reduce wind noise, but it is removable if you don't like it. I will say the interior materials are very cushy, very high quality, and they feel at first glance like they're going to be very comfortable. If you look inside the helmet, you can see the cushioning that's provided on the headliner as well as the neck and the forehead. There's a lot of cushion in this helmet. Here you can get a little closer look at one of those Harman Kardon speakers that's built into the helmet. Can't wait to hear what the sound quality is of these speakers. On the bottom of the helmet, behind your neck, is a little rubber flap that conceals a USB-C charging port. This is a much better design than the one that's on the Outrush 2 because this looks like it would be completely waterproof. If it did rain, even if that flap was open, the rain would most likely go straight down and not get up inside that port. The electronic controls are much different on the Specter than they are on the Outrush 2. They look a little more integrated to the shell of the helmet. A wave button has been added to this control panel, as well as this little joystick right in the middle. You turn the headset on by pressing the multifunction button and the joystick simultaneously, and the first time you turn it on, it's going to go into mobile phone pairing mode. Now for this test, I did not pair it to my mobile phone. Instead, I paired this to my Insta360 X5, and it paired very quickly and very easily. I also paired it to my Honda sound system, and it was seamless. Okay, let's try on this Specter helmet for the first time, and it fits perfectly, just like the Outrush 2. It is the large. I wear a large. And the first thing you notice as soon as you put this helmet on is how light it is. It's much lighter. It feels much lighter than the Outrush 2. And the interior components are very comfortable. I also think it happens to be a very nice looking helmet. Another feature it has in the back, it has some little lights. We'll talk about those later. And the face shield is very easy to raise and lower. It has a single tab in the center of the face shield. So as far as fit and comfort for me, I give it a 10 out of 10. Make sure to watch part 2 of my Sena Specter review where I'll talk about these smart lights built into the helmet. I wanted to see just how much lighter this helmet is than the Outrush 2, so first I'm putting the Outrush 2 on the scale, and it comes in at around 4 pounds, 3 ounces, somewhere in that range, maybe 4 pounds, 4 ounces. It's hard to balance the helmet on the scale. Now let's check out this Specter helmet. I'm going to set it on the scale, and it comes out to about 3.1, 3.2 ounces. So a full pound lighter. To be fair, I do have an action camera mount on the front of the Outrush 2, and I thought I would weigh that. That comes in about 1.5 ounces. We're still a pound lighter. The shield itself, the clear shield, has a single tab right in the center. I actually like that. That way it's good whether you're left or right-handed. You know to go to the very middle to raise the shield. Now it's in the full up position. There are 1, 2, 3 detents, and then there is still a little bit of airflow coming in underneath here, but if you push it firmly, it locks down into place. You can see here the vents from the chin vent that come up into the helmet. And then if we lower our sun shield, you can see it goes down pretty far. Now there's a little protector on here I'll go ahead and remove. And I would say that this little control, there are no detents other than at the very top and the very bottom to lock it into place. So you can put it at any level you want in between, and it feels like it will hold that pretty firmly.
Going to go for a short ride. It's a beautiful day here in Dallas-Fort Worth. Let me check out this sunshade. Okay, I think the darkness of the shade is about the same as it is on the Outrush 2. I can't really tell any difference. I'm having to get used to this microphone being on the right-hand side instead of the left. Now I am connecting, I did connect the helmet, I paired the helmet to the Insta360 X5 camera, so I'm using the sound from the Sena into the camera, and it was really simple to pair. The pairing, when you first turn the helmet on, when you first turn on the communicator, it automatically goes into mobile phone pairing mode. Now, I could have paired this camera as a second device and then paired the Goldwing sound system as the initial mobile phone pairing. I will do that test later. I'll test the sound of the Goldwing sound system through the helmet. Right off the bat, the helmet is lighter, noticeably lighter. In fact, it feels like it might be the lightest helmet I've ever had. It's not carbon fiber, but man, it is super lightweight. The interior of the helmet, very comfortable, and yet it feels very secure. It's not wobbling around. It's a good firm fit. I wear a large, and this helmet fits me perfectly. A little warmer today, so I'm actually going to open up the face shield, just get a little air. And also open up, actually my air vent I think is already open. It is. This portion of the helmet, the modular portion of the helmet, looks to be identical to the Outrush 2. I don't know if it's a different material, but the design and the style and the molding of the plastic looks identical to the Outrush 2. I like the fact that you can close this face shield almost fully closed, but there's just a tiny, maybe an 1/8 of an inch gap at the bottom just to let a little air in. And so to get an idea of the wind noise, I also have my windshield where I normally keep it. I'm going to go ahead and close this face shield all the way. Okay, we're fully closed now. And there is a little bit of a breeze today, picking up a little bit of a crosswind. Okay, I'm going about 65 miles an hour, and I think the helmet is a little bit quieter than the Outrush 2 as far as wind noise. But I would say this helmet is definitely a notch quieter than the Outrush 2 helmet. I'm getting a lot of traffic noise because I'm on a busy freeway. But I think the standout feature is how comfortable the helmet is, how much lighter it is. It's 1 pound lighter than the Outrush 2, and I noticed that right away. Yeah, I think this is going to be my new favorite helmet. This is going to be the go-to helmet for me. Okay, I am going to now do a test of the sound quality from my audio system. I'm probably going to be listening to FM radio, and we'll see how the sound quality is of this Specter helmet from Sena.
After pulling over and pairing the helmet to the Goldwing sound system, I can tell you I think this is the best audio I have ever heard in any helmet. Tremendous volume, great bass, great mids, great highs. I mean, it really is good. Now, the sound system on the Outrush 2 is also extremely good, and I would say even comparable to this, but this helmet has a great sound profile. I think if you are an audiophile, you're going to love this helmet.
Okay, so I'm going to wrap up this quick review of the Sena Specter helmet. I reconnected the camera to the microphone, and I got to tell you, I am very impressed with this helmet. This is in my opinion, it's a winner. I think this is it's the nicest modular helmet, most comfortable modular helmet I've had. It's definitely quieter than my HJC, and it's more comfortable than the HJC. And it's got the nicest hand controls. The controls on the side are much easier to feel with a glove. I really like how they designed this. So I say good job, Sena. I think you have another winner on your hands here. I think the value of this helmet is very good, especially given the fact that you're getting the mesh communications. I did test the mesh earlier with my Outrush 2 helmet, and it connects seamlessly, just like all the mesh communicators do. So I love the Sena open mesh system, where you don't have to pair headsets with each other if you're riding with other riders that have mesh. This also has the wave capability built in. It's also got a separate button to initiate wave if you use wave communications. And I've got a whole other video that talks about wave, but this helmet has it all as far as communication capabilities. Standard Bluetooth, mesh, and wave, and you can pair it with two different sources. So if you have a GPS and you want to listen to your navigation instructions while you're listening to music, it will mute the music and let you hear your navigation instructions through Apple CarPlay or whatever your sound system is. It's just really, really well done, and I think it's the nicest helmet that I've reviewed so far from Sena. I also like the Outrush 2 though. Outrush 2 is a very good helmet, especially in that under $400 price range. I don't think there's a nicer helmet in that price range with the communications built in, mesh communications. This helmet's a little more expensive, but it does have more features, and it has the lighter weight. But this helmet has incredible sound, very comfortable interior. It checks all the boxes for me. I'll be wearing this on my trip to Tennessee coming up shortly. So I'll talk more about this helmet on that road trip. Kind of more of a long-term highway review of the helmet. So anyway, thanks for joining me today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. That really does help my YouTube channel. And I'll just leave you with my thought that I always leave you with: to ride often or ride safe.